guys, I'm Kelly, and today we're going to talk about books that I would love to read again. Happy Groundhog Day. I'm going to talk about, since it's Groundhog Day, books that I would love to read again. I have a bunch of different genres and varieties and things for you, and I'm not going to talk a whole lot about them, but I do want to talk about books that I love that I would like to read again, and it could be because now that I know the ending, I want to see the clues that went through it to get to the ending, or it could just be because I really love the book. So let's get into it. I have a lot. The first book I want to reread is not a book. It's a series. This is my favorite Nora Roberts series ever. It's called The Sign of Seven trilogy, and it's Blood Brothers, The Hollow, can you see that? There you go, and The Pagan Stone. And this series is about a group of 3 boys who all have the same birthday, and they all live in the same town. And something happened on their 10th birthday. Bad things happened, paranormal things happened, and this book series tells the story of what happened. I loved it. It was one of my first paranormal Nora Roberts reading experiences. I loved it, and it actually got me. I was reading Nora Roberts romance and Nora Roberts more mystery thriller books, but this was the first series of hers that I had read that was paranormal, and it actually got me back into reading paranormal, which got me back into writing paranormal. So yeah, would love to read it. I've already read it twice, this whole series twice, so I really want to read it again. The next book I would love to read again, I just read it last month actually, and it's The Chalk Man by C.J. Tudor. I loved this book. It is like a very small version of it. Not exactly like it, but it has some of the same elements as it had. But now that I know the ending, I would love to go back and read the beginning to see if I can kind of see the clues as it goes on. Another book that I would love to read again is my new favorite classic, and it's The Portrait of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. I absolutely love this book. I read it for the first time last year, and I didn't know if I would like it. Wuthering Heights was my favorite book for a very long time, and then this came and just knocked it to the second place. This is, if you don't know the story, it's about a man named Dorian Gray who does not age, and he doesn't show any kind of scars. And then at the end, you get to see why. I'm sure you know why, but I'm not going to be the one to spoil it for you if you do. Speaking of books that got spoiled, of course, a lot of classic books, you know the ending, like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And when I read that, this is like a total side note tangent, when I read Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, it would have been so cool to read that story and not know how it ended. But I knew how it ended, so it wasn't as cool. This is a book I read about 2 years ago, I guess. It wasn't this Christmas, but it was last Christmas. And it's The Wicked Deep by Earnshaw. This was kind of pitched as sort of hocus pocusy, and I think the only way it was hocus pocusy was it had like 3 witches in it. But anyway, I still love the book, and I liked it, certain elements, better than I thought I would. It did have a mystery to it. And now that I know the ending, I would like to go back and read the beginning to see if I could figure it out, or if it reads different the second time around. I don't know. I've not read her second book, and I know it doesn't go with this. It's not a series, but I've not read her second book yet. If you've read Earnshaw's second book, can you leave a comment and tell me about it and tell me if I should pick it up? Now we are switching from witches to Christian fiction. This is Cold Shot by Danny Petrie. I got this, I think, at Lifeway. No, I didn't. I got this at the Books A Million. And this is a story. It's about 4 friends who have grown apart as you do when their lives get older, and then there's a fifth friend who's missing. And each book, it's kind of like the Sign of Seven trilogy, which is nothing like the Sign of Seven trilogy, except that each book follows a different brother, best friend person. And this one is about Griffin and his story, and them trying to figure out what happened to their other friend. I've not read the other books in this series. It's like a 5-book series, I think. Mainly because, I mean, I could order them online, but I've not found them in the bookstore yet, so I've not ordered them. I would like to read them because this was really good. I liked it, and I think Dani Petrie is a really good writer. So I'd like to read more of hers. I just need to either find it in the bookstore or order it. And the last book that I would absolutely love to read again, I don't know if this will surprise anybody because it's one of my favorite books that I've ever read in the history of ever, and it's These Shallow Graves by Jennifer Donnelly. I love this book. I love it so much. I don't know if you've heard of it except for me talking about it. Honestly, it was a cover buy. This cover is beautiful. I've got 2 versions. I've got the paperback, and then I've got this one. This one's my favorite. I like hardcover copies. I can't help it. But anyway, this is a book that I don't know if you've heard about much, except, you know, from me. But if you liked Stalking Jack the Ripper, this is kind of like that, only different. And I can't tell you how it's different because it would give away the ending. Let's just say that though I really liked Stalking Jack the Ripper, and I've read the other 2 books in the series, and I just bought Capturing the Devil, which is the last book in that series, and I'm going to read it sometime this year. This book, to me, I like the couple better. I know. You can yell at me in the comments if you want to. We all have preferences. I love Joe and Eddie. I loved Eddie's, how much he supported Joe, and especially at the end. I love the ending of this book. So, yeah, if you like Stalking Jack the Ripper, I would very much recommend you read this one, and I want to read it again because Joe and Eddie were just awesome together. They were a wonderful, wonderful book pairing. I'm not going to say they were love interests, but they were a great, great book pairing. So that's it. That's my Groundhog Day books I want to reread. What do you think? What books would you love to reread? What books, or do you reread books? I know some people don't reread books. They're like, I've already read that. I'm not reading it again. Yeah, can't make me. And if you do reread books, do you add it on your Goodreads books you've read this year total? I don't know if you can. You probably can. Maybe you can. Do ya? Do ya? Should ya? Leave comments telling all about it. Thank you to everybody for liking and subscribing and hitting the notification bell and commenting. It means so much to me. Thank you for watching this video. That means a lot to me too. I hope you have a fantastic day. Don't forget What Rachel Did. My middle grade horror book is on pre-order right now. The link will be in the description. It comes out March the 3rd. I cannot wait for you to meet Ava and all the ghosts in the house. I will see you in the next video. Bye.